with anything, but he's become a distraction. And I know he spent the last few days thinking long and hard about this.
Okay, so Rich, we know that Mayor Adams is currently speaking. We want to pop over there and listen to what he has to say.
During our administration, we removed more than 18,000 illegal guns off our streets, had the lowest number of robberies in recorded history in the month of October in our subway system and throughout the entire last few months, and just had the lowest number of shootings above ground ever in the history of recorded history in this city in August. To ensure crime keeps going down in our city today, I'm taking immediate action in appointing Tom Donlin as interim police commissioner. Tom is an experienced law enforcement professional who has worked at the local, state, federal, and international levels. He served as New York's director of the Office of Homeland Security, ran the FBI's National Threat Center and the FBI NYPD Joint Terrorist Task Force, and worked as the cold case agent investigating the 1993 Twin Towers bombing, as well as the attacks in U.S. embassies in Africa and the USS Cole in Yemen by Al-Qaeda. He is also a Bronx native. Tom joins a team at One Police Plaza that is relentlessly dedicated to public safety and protecting New Yorkers. That is why New York is the safest big city in the world and why it will continue to be. I thank incoming Commissioner Donlin for stepping in during this critical moment. As always, the men and women of the NYPD have my gratitude for their dedication and professionalism. I thank them for their command and their decision-making as we move forward, and for continuing to service that they deliver to all New Yorkers. Thank you, and God bless our great city and a bright future ahead. Thank you.
All right, we just heard from New York City Mayor Eric Adams. He was responding to the announcement earlier that NYPD Commissioner Edward Caban has decided to resign. That follows what appears to be a federal investigation somehow related to Caban, though at this point he has not been charged with anything. He has said he simply does not want to be a distraction. We have Rich Esposito with us. Rich, I want to bring you back in to discuss a little bit of what we heard from the mayor. Let's first of all start off, we heard him say, praising some of the city's crime stats, but then he immediately said that he's moving to appoint Tom Donovan as the interim commissioner. I didn't hear a lot of praise for the work that Caban had done, and maybe it was at the top there. But what did you hear when listening to the mayor?
What I heard from the mayor was a very brief attempt to sum up everything that's been done up till now, and then a quick move to an important point, which is he's bringing in someone from outside, someone who knows the department, someone who's worked in the department, cold cases, task force, but someone who has no connection to the current administration. That's a wise move and a difficult one for the mayor. These are people who've been close to him for a long time. Ed Caban has been very close to him. So that's what I heard. I did not hear a great deal of praise either.
Well, we also, in addition to the police commissioner, he's not the only one who the feds have been investigating, or at least their investigation has involved, I should say, because remember, nobody has been charged at this point. The first deputy mayor, the schools commissioner, some of the top aides to Mayor Adams. The feds really haven't said much. What do these searches of officials' homes, devices, what does all of this tell you?
Well, the first thing it tells me is how important the police department is to the city. And that's why the mayor's move is critical, because whether it's the deputy mayor for public safety or the head of the school system or a former police official who's still working in the administration, those are far less important in terms of public perception of the city going forward. So the mayor made the first move that needed to be made. What unfolds after this remains to be seen. Phil Banks, the deputy mayor for public safety, has been named in a prior investigation as an unindicted co-conspirator. Will he survive this? He's very, very close to the mayor. He's a very smart man. So we'll see what happens to Tim Pearson, who's got a number of other investigations against him. He's a former police official. That remains to be seen. But this move is critical for public confidence and for the police department to run and for the mayor to govern properly.
Well, and on that front, the chancellor, the school's chancellor, that raid happened, I think, on the first day of schools here in New York City. With all of this happening and interfering in many ways with the ability of the Adams administration to get the work done, at what point do the feds actually owe the people an explanation for what's going on? At what point should we see some charges, if charges are coming? Alana,
I don't want to speculate on that. I've, over the course of the years, been involved as a journalist and as a police official with any number of federal cases, and you just can't tell where they're going at this point. And how long they will take, we just can't tell. And those are the kinds of things that people are waiting to hear. And I don't even know how much they've briefed the mayor at this point. In the past, they've often done that kind of thing.
All right. Richard Esposito, a breaking news story, continuing developments, and we appreciate you helping to guide us through them. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, we are hearing from the first officer of the Alaska Airlines flight that lost that door mid-flight earlier this year, how she says she was able to land the plane safely.
Washington is the seat of power, national security, foreign policy, global economic